Our first stop in Orisha was Puri. Touted as a beachfront pilgrimage site, we weren't really sure what to expect exactly. What we saw was sort of a post-apocalyptic place with plenty of crumbling buildings, some beautiful art, and some chaotic vibes via the ongoing temple devotees crammed onto one busy main strip.
So far, lots of the walls are covered in beautiful murals. I can't help but notice a lot of the buildings are in a state of disrepair, sort of like this. It looks like at one point this was a booming beach destination, or is also quite a spot for a pilgrimage as well. The Jagannathan Temple is a big spot, and the beach has tons and tons of stands and shacks that we'll show you a little bit later. Beautiful murals everywhere. So among the rubble and some of the more developing parts of the spot, there are some beautiful items as well. Lots of nice plants and trees. We've seen some beautiful birds and some nice murals. The beach is kind of a mixed reaction from me so far on first impression, but we'll find the nice spots and show you where they are.
We opted not to take a swim and instead visited the beachfront bazaar. It was bustling and had a never-ending array of handicrafts and food. It was a lot more approachable and enjoyable at night, to be honest.
It's another place that actually looks a lot more inviting and bustling at night. In the daytime, it's got a little bit of a dusty, barren vibe to it, but things are all really lit up really nice. I have to admit, my first impression of it was a little bit, just a little bit worried, but it's got its own bit of charm. Beach isn't perfectly clean all the way along, but there are lots of spots that are, so we'll show you those another time. You want corn?
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? There's a big concentration of tents and stuff over there. I wouldn't mind walking through. Handicrafts. The patterns here in Odisha have started changing. Some of the patterns look a lot more like Aztec or quilt work kind of patterns in the shirts and the general textiles. I'll try to point some out to you when I see them. Delicious snacks. Let's see what we can get. Walk down in here a bit. Momos. Veg momos are almost always vegan unless they're the type that have been pre-soaked in milk, but I haven't seen that a lot here. There's papdi chaat, bel puri chaat, and mixed chaat over there. That's always very good. Little crunchy rice and chickpea chips doused in sauce, spices, seasoning, and with chopped up vegetables similar to what you'd find in salsa, and then you eat it with a spoon or out of a newspaper cone. You may have seen me eating that on another video. Quite delicious. Ooh, and then pav bhaji. Usually about 50-50 on that one being vegan. Usually has some butter, but we got a lot to look at here still, so. Some good looking noodles there. Yeah, and these various fried type things are quite delicious. The chili peppers, we both really like those. Those noodles and beets look really tasty. Chaat papri and some bel puri, I guess. Yeah, looks delicious. Lots of things made of shells. Lots of handicrafts. And more and more images of Buddha, as well as we get closer to Bhubaneswar, where the Ashoka War happened, or the Bhubaneswar War that helped establish Buddhism. What are you doing there?
Eating corn.
Just eating some corn? How is it?
It's really good.
We have discovered that corn is really delicious here. Quite sweet and very tender, hey? That one's been steaming for a while. You can get it roasted where they blacken up the outside and then afterwards they add lime and masala to it. This one now you've tried boiled today. You just want to try it steamed or boiled. Do you have a preference?
I like it.
You like them both?
Yes.
Yeah. It's honestly tough to know what direction to go. Everything's crammed together and it's kind of not in too much of a grid pattern. But honestly, that's kind of fun. It's a little chaotic. So let's just walk around and see what we see.
Okay. Thank you, bro.
Yep. Looks like eggplant, green chilies, mini samosas,
Aloo chop.
aloo vada?
Aloo chop. Aloo ka chop. Dal bol.
And then bread pakora.
Bread.
Yum. And also dough. Kurpia. Dough, kurpia. Yeah, I like it. I'm having, eating. Yeah, love it. Bahut swades.
Potato.
Yeah, dough, aloo.
Aloo.
Yeah. Bahut swades. Love it.
Around auto please.
Hi. Bread pakora. I love this everywhere I have it. It's bread with a little bit of chickpea or potato masala inside. Baboon. And it's like a deep fried little savory sandwich. Why wouldn't you love it? You can tell I've already taken bites, but here I'll pretend I've just tried it for the first time. Mmm. Bagan chop. That's eggplant. It's soft. It's fried. It's salty. It's crispy. There's really nothing to dislike about it. It's really good. Why wouldn't it be good? You've seen me eat fried stuff like 20 times on this channel now, but I'm not gonna stop. Aloo chop. This is different than I've had before. This has peanuts in it. Usually it's kind of like samosa filling, just fried, but yours had peanut, right? You got peanut in this? Wow. Really delicious. Potatoes and peanut fried together. That was really tasty. So yeah, these kind of patterns, amazing stuff around this area. That one, these little like squares and Aztec looking patterns. Really cool, except I am too giant a human here in India to fit these so far, so I'll keep trying. Even that patchwork dress back there in the check, that's really cool. So many of these look so awesome. Now we got to find a store, get some water, maybe a drink, some snacks. Look at all of those booths. It just goes on and on and on. And I'm sure there are differences if you are local, but to me it looks like a lot of the same stuff. So I bet there's some stiff competition making those sales.
Off to bed, and after some errands and editing the next day, we headed back out to see some other new sights.
Oh, that was nice.
We couldn't go in because only avowed Hindus are allowed, but we caught a glimpse of the famed Jagannathan temple and got busy eating food.
I've been seeing these everywhere here in Puri. Mita sweet. I'm told they're called Mita sweet. It looks like a dough folded over and over on itself. It's absolutely basted in syrup, and before that it's fried. So it tastes kind of like a thin samosa dough, I'm guessing, fried with sugar. And they're everywhere here. 10 rupees each. So I did check. It's just flour, oil, salt, sugar. That was quite plain tasting, but in a good way. The layers are really, really cool. Kind of tastes like a Indian version of a strudel, but extra fried and extra crispy. And it's really, really sweet. So that's delicious. I wouldn't eat 100, but I would eat 4 or 5. And just something before I forget. These are often made with ghee. There's a special ghee version of it. That's a little more sumptuous. Just double check. The ones on the street at the street level that are like 10 rupees or less each should be pretty good, but double check, make sure that they're made of oil and not ghee.
Later, it seemed that these were actually called bhajan or bahia sweets. Tell me in the comments what the heck these are actually called.
Well, we were attracted by the 100% vegan sign, and we found some bhaji, gobi, Manchurian, and green chili pepper, and some delicious sauce. And this nice guy. Thank you. Yeah. It goes right through my ear. So we're about to try his delicious food right now. Here's the green chili. It's really excellent. The gobi. The batter is really thick and crispy, but also is yielding when you bite into it. Cauliflower just tenderly cooked inside there. And last, let's try the Manchurian as well. Vegetable Manchurian. Looks like a whole bunch of good stuff in there. Cabbage, mushroom, and cauliflower would be my guess. Wow. We got 2 plates like this for 40 rupees. Delicious food. Really, really good food. You must try it. You must try it. So it comes with an amazingly well-balanced sauce. It tastes like a thin vinegar, tomato, and cinnamon kind of spiced sauce. It's the very first taste is like, oh, that's really unique, but it goes so well with the fried goods. We've got a little bit of spiciness in the green pepper. That's quite nice. But the rest are just beautifully battered, perfectly cooked, really tastily seasoned. And they season it right for you as you buy it with kala namak, I guess, and also some hing. Really, really tasty. 100% find this spot. It's called Debras Mabat.
Debras Mabatan.
Debras Mabatan. That's what it's called. And you look for this sign that says 100% vegan on it. Beach fun. We ended up here last time at about this point. The halfway point. Might be a little bit of overlap here. It's even busier than the other night somehow. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, all sorts of interesting stuff to buy and see and do here. The usual stuff you'd expect. More of the usual clothes and other stuff you'd expect, but some gems as well. Everyone is getting ready to have a beach time. Why are they all here? Mostly for a pilgrimage to Jagannathan Temple, it would seem to me, and other temples around it. As you saw, we just came from the busy temple area, and the busy temple area was in fact busy. And this part of the other half is probably more like a remaining third or a little less, because it starts to thin out here, these booths. There's not as much beach or market area to set up on. So tons and tons of snacks available. I think right now one of us has a hankering for corn. Sure. Corn. It gives you disco poo.
How cute are these cows? They were hungry. For what it's worth, Puri also had a seemingly fully legal cannabis dispensary that you can find by Googling government bang shop. I don't know the ins and outs of legality issues in India, so of course I made the correct decision. We were catching up on work in Puri, so next we will show you something unique to India, mouth fresheners, before moving on for a quick trip through Bhubaneswar. For Vegan Everywhere, I'm David.